Hello guys and welcome to another episode of Magic Farm 3 in the newest 1.1.35 version in a, well, no longer new but still newish world that I started for this update. So it's not been a long time since I ended that last episode in which we set up all these farms, if you remember. And if I may say so myself, they have been working wonderfully. The tree farm is working so well, I had to upgrade the wood bit to diamond. Uh, yeah, the other bits aren't quite as full, but you know, they're fairly fullish. Uh, Here I've just been breeding these plants to get higher levels, and I've got some fairly high levels. I think iron is the one that I'm highest on, and I've got a 9, 10, 10 plant, which two 9, 10, 10 plants, perhaps these two are 10, 10. I have to tell you that the agri-craft has become both harder and easier. Obviously finding the greenhouses makes things a lot, in villages makes things a lot easier, but the breeding has become less linear than it used to be before, and sometimes you can take steps backwards. It's all much more random than it used to be, I think. So getting the high level plant is it takes a bit longer, and also breeding new plants, new species is just a huge nightmare. Here I've set up, so I've bred out some lavender plants for lapis, and here I'm setting up a cross between them and the daisy to make petunias for tin, and this is probably gonna take a humongous number of tries before I get them. But here's my metal farm, and just see how well it's been going. I've got, like, I don't know, almost 3 stacks of diamonds, definitely more than 2 stacks of diamonds, loads and loads of ender pearls over a stack, loads of redstone, you know, silver, iron, all the good stuff. And here we're not just growing the food, but we're also growing feathers and leather and meat, and it's just amazing. I mean, you know, except it stopped working because it doesn't have any coal. I need to make these machines work a bit better. Do I have any coal on me? No. But so that's the farming bit of Magic Farm done. Not completely sorted, perhaps. Those primitive progressive automation things, well, I should at least, I don't know if I will change them to other planters and harvesters, because actually I quite like them, but they definitely need to be changed to work off solar power or some kind of power rather than charcoal, because they keep running out. But never mind. So anyway, that's the farming bit done for now. So now we come to the magic bit, namely Botania and blood magic. Because one of the main reasons why I set up this tree farm is to have a lot of wood to power mana production by Botania. So let's just quickly go to my storeroom. I wonder why I made it so deep underground. It's a bit of a hassle getting to it. And where is my flower pouch? Do I put it here? I made myself a flower pouch, and I'd been collecting flowers, and now I cannot find it. And I am sure it was in one of those chests. Well, obviously not. It's on me, that's why I couldn't find it. How bloody typical. Okay, so as I've been walking around, I've been punching flowers. As you can see, I have more of some flowers than I have of others, but it will have to do. So let's take some smooth stone too. Oh yes, and the sludge boiler's been working really well. So I've got some salt sand and some podzol and all sorts of stuff. Some mycelium. Oh, more salt sand here. I don't know why I put salt sand in 2 places. This is very bad. Yeah, so that's been working very well, and I've managed to grow it. I had a little bit of trouble growing it, but here it is, and it doesn't even need total darkness. So it's really good because we need just a tiny bit of nether wart for Botania. Okay, let's stop babbling like a stupid crazy person and let's go and start working. I will do quite a bit of this off camera, don't worry. I'm going to take the water thing, at least for now, because I know it can be a little bit boring and grindy looking at the whole Botania progression. Let's make our flower space here. But I will start on camera, otherwise it will be quite stupid, I think. Let's take a few of the white flowers and turn a few of them into petals. And can I remember how to make... Oh, I probably can't. Petal apothecary. Here it is. This is how we make it. One will be enough, thank you very much. Yeah. And let's put it sort of in the ground because it gets an annoying height thing on it. This always drives me insane, you know, the way the bucket of water goes away. Okay, we need some seeds. It's kind of looking like night, isn't it? Perhaps we need to go and sleep, and perhaps this horrid rain will disappear. Now, Botania's had a few changes since the last time. Most of them are very good. It sort of makes it easier now to see what's happening and whether flowers are connected to the mana spreaders, etc., etc. But it is, I think, now impossible. Just gonna take some of these for seeds. I think now it's becoming impossible to use what are called the passive flowers, like the day blooms and the hydrangeas, for any length of time because they disappear, which is going to make mana production through charcoal and possibly even other means even more important, which is gonna make my very nice and big tree farm extremely useful. Right, so the very first thing we need is the pure daisies. I'll probably make more than 3, but 3 will do for now. One thing that I found out is that they can apparently make snow, which I will be very interested in. Let's plot that here. Well, maybe here is not a good place. Here, okay, and let's make some I know there is this trick of just burying them in the normal stone that you have everywhere in the ground, but I do have Silk Touch on my pick, which makes making smooth stone extremely easy. Alright, while this is changing, let's make a few of the Dayblooms flowers, and this is where I think I will start doing things off camera, but they just need a few yellow ones, orange, and light blue flowers. So I'm just gonna make a few of those and I'll be back with you when that is done. Okay, so we have many of the things that we need. We've got the living wood, the living rock, and some day blooms. Very few day blooms, to be honest, but why is this not cutting it? Why has it overgrown? Huh. It is making power. Sometimes I think this thing is just too big. Occasionally it seems to need a bit of help. Okay, let's not get distracted. I'm also experimenting with the snowmaking, but I don't think it works very well. I'm not entirely sure. So here, if you look at snow, it will show you that water still with pure daisy makes snow. But how? What? How? Oh, yes, it does. Wow, look at that. Okay, I think this will be useful. I'm not sure how, but I like it. I think that's a new introduction to Botania. Because, well, one of the things that I sort of needed snow for was, I know I needed snow to make ice in Blood Magic for something. Ah, cool. But you can also make really nice bricks with snow, like this. Oh, wow. And snow golem head. Well, I think that's just something that gets dropped. Anyway. Yes. What we need to make is this thing, or is it the other way around? No? This thing, a mana spreader. In fact, I think we will need at least 2 of them. Possibly more. And we also need to make 2 mana pools. Again, I will probably want to have at least 4 mature ones. I want to make the Terra Steel armor. Why you no work? I think it's just catching up with the power. Let's just put the day blooms down here. And as I said, indications now are, I should have put the thing first, shouldn't I? This first. It's like I've never done Botania in my life. Very bad. Why they no stack? Does anybody know? And I suspect we might as well make a thing, you know, the thing that you need. The wand thing, wand of the forest, which will tell us what is what. Now that I have this, I can use these 2 black lotus flowers that I found in some spider tree chest or something, I think. Why you not working? Don't they just work when you drop them in? Maybe it needs to have some mana in it to start with. Very puzzling. Yes. Okay, so for the next flowers that I need to make, I need to make a bunch of ender flames, which need the red mana petal and the brown mana petal, which is why I so much stuff that I don't need. Right, some red flowers and some brown flowers, and is it the light gray flowers? Yeah. And it's night again. Let's go and sleep. As a matter of fact, I'm not sure it's going to let me sleep. Okay, so I have survived the night and I've made 10 of these ender flame flowers. So one of the main reasons why I put the black lotus in here was to make the mana, to allow me to make the mana leaves, to make these flowers. And now, where shall we put them? I think we're actually gonna put them somewhere like in here. And probably in like 2 groups. I don't really know what I'm doing here, but bear with me. Okay. The other flower I was thinking of making is this one, the munch dew. So this I think eats leaves. Unfortunately, it requires a rune of gluttony, which requires a rune of winter, which requires more runes, etc, etc, etc. So we will make it, but not quite now, because there is only so much pain I can handle. Is this kind of in the middle? Well, there are sometimes occasions when symmetry is just impossible. So what is gonna happen here is, I think I've done this once before already, but let's plop this. I don't know whether this is gonna be enough for this to work, but it will just have to. And then I probably need to make a few more of these. Okay, so here we are. Let's define this. So input, I don't know. I'm not sure which one is the back. Let's just see what it looks like from this side. Yep, that's input. That's very good. And then output from here and from here. So the theory is, if we put one of those here and we define it as ignore redstone signal, why is nothing happening? why are you not pulling out? Can it not pull out of this? Oh, do you have any idea how annoyed I get with this? Ah, things are happening. Things are happening. And things are happening. Okay, everything is working nicely. Now the only other thing we have to do is make the hourglass things. Yes, these things. Wait. Let's also make some mana steel. Totally forgot about the mana steel. One and two. And now we put this next to it, we add some sand to it. And every time it turns, it's going to make a redstone signal, which will cause the coal to be released, like so. Brilliant. Oh, I sneezed there. Okay, another bit of sand, and the only thing now is, are these connected to this guy here? Or do we need to move that? But I think they are, because look at the way it's firing. Yep, I think they're all no, this guy isn't. Oh wow. Looks like we'll have to put this guy somewhere else. I don't know, here. Yeah. Well, it looks like all 10 flowers are firing away. You can see the red particle effects. And it looks like they're all connected to that. I mean, I will soon want to put two of those mana spreaders above each one, and I will also want to have more mana pools going, so the mana spreaders will be going into a mana distributor. But look at this. Not a very sophisticated system, but works very nicely. There we go. We are now blood magicians. It's official. And is it orb or knife or something? Let's look at orb. And through the magic of editing, I suddenly find myself with the glass that I need to make the orb. And here it is. Your first prick. What an achievement. I wonder in what sense this is my first brick, but I guess I shouldn't really go there. Okay, I suppose this could be my blood magic room. Sort of. Why not? Just for 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's put it here. And I'll expand this wall one in that direction to make things symmetrical, and one in that direction. Well, we'll make this room symmetrical and pretty later. Now I usually like to have the Botania flower that gives you regeneration when I do this, and obviously I've just started Botania, so it will not be particularly effective or good or quick. That's just, it needs 2000, and I probably already have 2000 in it. Let's eat something. Because every time I cut myself, it's 200. Kind of important that I don't kill myself permanently. Oh, look, I am injured. This is self-harm. This is really sick, but so powerful. I mean, personally, I prefer Botania, but so powerful. Ah, and here's my first blood orb. True, it is weak, which is not very good, but better than nothing. Alright guys, I think I will finish here, just setting up. I was hoping to take the Botania thing a little bit further, but and start making some of the Botania things that I need to make, but I don't really think, I don't want these episodes to become super long, and you know, the thing is basically ready. I'm starting to wonder whether I shouldn't make 10 more flowers and put them at the other end, because this is just working so well. Except I'm not sure my the coal production is keeping up. Let's just see how much mana we have. Oh my god, that's almost half a pool. So, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.